Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Lorenzo with Alternative City Comics, here again with another Indie Comics review. This week I'm going to do Headless. What got me interested in Headless was the Peach Momoko variant I got a couple months ago from my Comic Time subscription. I had missed the series first time around, so this is my first time hearing of it. That was my first time hearing of it. And I like the Peach Momoko variant, but I'm thinking I might flip that at some point. So I would like to read the story without ever reading that book. So I figured I'd look for a trade or maybe the complete series somewhere else on eBay, and that way I can save the variant. So I couldn't find a trade, but I did find someone who was selling all 4 issues of the miniseries. So I bought those issues and read the series, and this is a review of that series. So Headless is basically a retelling of the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow origin. Okay, this time it takes place in Salem, Massachusetts. Now I like speaking of the Headless Horseman legend, but Fox had the Headless Horseman had the Sleepy Hollow series a couple of years ago, and the first couple of years of that was pretty good. I did like the first couple of seasons of that. This is completely different. This takes place, like I said, in 1987 in Salem, Massachusetts, and it starts with this murder, this like big mass murder of these kids, and the cops are coming through the house and they're assessing the situation, and they're just ragging on this one like rookie cop the whole time, and they send him away, and while he's gone to get coffee or something, just totally dissing this dude. And while he's gone, they kind of like, turns out all the cops are like parts of the Knights of Templar. They're just like the secret society that they're a part of. So when they send this guy away, they actually do their little ritual whatever the knights do to like they sense that there was like a demon in the room, so they did this ritual that made the demon materialize, and the demon materialized. So after seeing this entity appear in the room, they realize that the Headless Horseman has returned. So they realize that they cut to the scene of these high school kids messing around in a mall, playing video games. We're introduced to these characters, okay? And the female officer that was at the crime scene, she ends up giving the rookie cop a ride home. And the cop gets home, and his brother is one of the kids at the mall who was playing video games. So this kid is visited by another demon who lets him know that he is a reincarnation of the Headless Horseman, and proceeds to chop his head right off. And in issue number 2, the female officer explains to the rookie, after he sees his brother's head on fire and being carried away by a demon, which then turns into the horse of the Headless Horseman. She breaks the news to him that everybody in the police department except him is one of the Knights of Templar, and they've been fighting the Horseman for years. And the Horseman comes back and reincarnates in different people's bodies over the years. And she explains the story of how it all happened. Okay, the Headless Horseman was originally a man named Giles Corey. And Giles Corey was outed and pretty much outed as a witch by the officer's ancestor. Her ancestor's name was Thomas Fisk. And once he was tortured and beheaded by the townspeople, he made a deal with the devil to come back. He made that old Faustian deal that I'll do anything, and he was given the task of pretty much recruiting souls for Satan. So he was given this thing called the Devil's Lantern. And the Devil's Lantern, he was able to gather up like buku souls as these running around wreaking havoc as the Headless Horseman. And once the appropriate amount of souls were gathered, then the devil could just return to Earth and rule, and everything can just be under his power. Okay, so once that's explained by the cop to the other rookie cop, uh, he realized that his brother is now the incarnation, the latest incarnation of the Headless Horseman. So the Horseman is now wreaking havoc at the mall. He chops off another kid's head. It's just getting all crazy. The Knights of Templar are gathering in their lodge, to get their shit together and just come after the Horseman. Oh, and also the female officer's father is some kind of like druid, like sorcerer dude too. So he's like living in the woods or whatever. Right. So once the Knights of Templar realize that the Horseman is headed toward them, is headed toward the lodge, and all hell is about to break loose. There's some twists that happen I don't want to reveal, but there was a couple of twists I didn't see coming, so that's a good thing. Long story short, I think this is a good adaptation of that legend. It's a different take on it. Not a great story, but not bad. I can see if this has been licensed, like every comic property worth its salt pretty much has been licensed. And there's just the demon that becomes the horse, and he was the companion of the Horseman. He's like this wisecracking, like gremlin kind of dude. I can see them like working that to death in the movie. He can be a little chirpy and annoying at times, but it works okay. So yeah, I mean, Headless is what I do like about it. Some people might not like the artwork as much because it's a little on the cartoony and loose side. He uses this brush style that some people might not care for as much. Robert Ahmad is the cartoonist that does the artwork. He didn't just pencil it and ink it; he colored it as well. The color palette is very cool. I love the limited color palette that he used for this. It just takes a lot of. It sets the mood well, and it's just not too much. It works well for this series. There are some panels where it looks like they were just barely indicated. Not a lot of work went into the detail of these panels. If you're a person that loves a lot of detail in your artwork, that may bug you to the point of you may not like the story, but it doesn't bother me because the story is good enough to carry the artwork, and your artwork is good enough for me. And there's a lot of things I liked about the artwork, so I can definitely recommend it. So I'll probably end up flipping that Peach Momoko, much as much as I like Peach Momoko, but yeah, the Headless series was okay. Like I said, not great, but I can see it being a decent movie. And depending on the casting, yeah, we'll see what happens. But that is it for this quick indie comics review. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'll be back with more videos within the next few days. And until then, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up.